Now, this is an epic level of pandering. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about California Governor Gavin Newsom signing a bill into law that limits the use of rap lyrics in court cases. So I guess the biggest example would be the whole thing going on right now in Georgia with Young Thug, Gunna, YSL. And before I get into it, this law only applies to California, of course, because he's a governor of California. He cannot sign national laws. He can just sign laws for California. So if you decide to gang bang, shoot up an occupied dwelling, and then confess to it in the rap song, your lyrics may or may not be used in the court of law in California. But if you're over in Georgia, where Young Thug and Gunna are these nut jobs are, it's a little bit different. If you go on the rap song and say, hey, I killed Lil Jermaine, I buried him in the backyard behind 115th Street in the row house, and you can find him right next to Miss Johnson's black Cadillac, and then the police arrest you on that, and they find the body right there. That can happen in Georgia. In California, maybe or maybe not. And there's an article we're going to get to, and of course, that will be in the description box if you want to read it for yourself without my commentary. But I'm going to say this. I know what's happening here with Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, of course, is a governor of California, and he has 2024 presidential aspirations. He wants to be the next president, in my opinion. He's taking out ads in Florida, talking about how great he is, how good California is. That sounds like he's trying to kind of just put his name out there so you know who he is. So you see his face. He's doing things for the quote-unquote black community. And let me just pause for a second, because I know I'm kind of all over the place. I'm not really sure how limiting the police's ability to crack down on criminality that largely affects the black community is helping the black community. And you know why I know it's for the black community? Because he said rap lyrics. Now, last I checked, rap was not the only genre of music that used words, that used lyrics. You can have any genre of music that has lyrics in it that could be questionable or that could lead to a confession, okay? You should know that, especially over in California, where you have the narco music, where they're talking about really, really violent stuff. Like the narco stuff is much worse than the rap stuff, in my humble opinion, because a lot of rap is kind of BS mixed with reality. But a lot of that narco stuff is like you have a really happy, up-tempo beat, and they're talking about throwing your body in the vat of acid to kill you so nobody can find you ever again. That's going on there, but he didn't say anything about those lyrics being protected. You're talking about rap because it's specifically trying to cater to the black community, because if they get fewer than 90% of the vote from black folks, they're going to lose. And when I say they, I mean the Democratic Party. That's why Stacey Abrams wants to blame black men for potentially losing the race down in Georgia to become the governor, because she knows if she has anything less than 90% support from the black community, which includes black men. I know they hate us over there on the left, but we here. You can't get rid of us. If they get anything less than 90%, they're going to lose. So they got to do something to try and get us back. Now, in Stacey Abrams' case, they just want to attack black men, talking about get in line, you better do right, all this, that, and the third. But in Gavin Newsom's case, he's like, here's an olive branch. We won't use rap lyrics against you. Now, let's get into this article so we can see exactly what was said as far as a legal sense. And if I have any lawyers in the building, please pay attention and please translate some of this lawyer speak for me. And you see the headline, of course. We already know what it is. California Governor Gavin Newsom signs bill limiting the use of rap lyrics as evidence in criminal proceedings. Okay, so we already know what it is. Sign a bill into law on Friday. So here's the part right here. The law requires, quote, a court in the criminal proceeding where a party seeks to admit as evidence as a form of creative expression to consider specified factors when balancing the probative value of that evidence against the substantial danger of undue prejudice. Talk about lawyerese. What does that mean? I mean, I'm going to try to break it down. I'm not a lawyer, obviously. I'm going to just try to break it down with my knowledge, with my limited ability to understand some of this stuff, and just a little bit of common sense. So, okay, so if a party wants to submit evidence like the rap lyrics as evidence, they're trying to say that's creative expression. So you got to consider specified factors on balancing the value of using that, and also, is it unfair? So basically what I'm reading here, and I could be wrong, is, are these lyrics just creative expression, or do they point to an actual crime that was committed? And you got to balance those factors. Now, this seems pretty, how can I say? It seems pretty loose. It's not really a solid thing. It's kind of just like, oh, well, consider this and think about that. It's not really anything solid that I can just sink my teeth into that says, okay, this is the rule and that's the rule. It seems pretty vague. And if any lawyers are in the building, y'all please correct me. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know in the comments. I love to see what you guys say. But let's go here. The new law underscores a larger national conversation around prohibiting the use of rap lyrics as evidence in criminal proceedings, a tactic critics have called a racist double standard and an infringement on First Amendment rights, which is crazy. And to go back to this right quick, I don't see anything here that says anything about rap. It says, okay, as evidence, form of creative expression, et cetera, undue prejudice. They could be alluding to rap music, alluding to rap lyrics, but I don't see anything in there about rap specifically. It's being labeled as a bill to help alleviate the use of rap lyrics in criminal proceedings because, again, they're trying to pander to the black community to get those votes in 2024 when he runs for president. That's what's going on here, in my humble opinion. Okay, so there was this already covered this before, talking about Hank Johnson of Georgia. That was a guy that said Guam might tip over, but anyway, Hank Johnson of Georgia and Jamal Bowman of New York proposed legislation in July that would ban lyrics from being used as evidence in legal claims, though there's been no movement on legislation in the House since its referral to the House Judiciary Committee. So they are in the U.S. Congress. So they're actual lawmakers. They're trying to push something for federal legislation. Now, Gavin Newsom obviously just has legislation for California. So that's a difference. They want a national bill. His is just for California. All right. So they go on to say artists of all kinds, which again does not just mean rap. They're saying rap to get your vote. But anyway, artists of all kinds should be able to create without the fear of unfair and prejudicial prosecution, the Democratic governor said in a statement Friday. California's culture and entertainment industry set trends around the world, and it's fitting that our state is taking the nation-leading role to protect creative expression and ensure that artists are not criminalized under biased policies. So maybe they're going to explain it a little bit more here. Under the new law, California courts must consider, if relevant and provided, testimony on the context of a genre or creative expression, research demonstrating that the introduction of a particular type of expression introduces racial bias into the proceedings, as well as evidence rebutting those findings. So basically, they're trying to say that people are predisposed to think that if you're a rapper, that you're going to be a violent game banger, a menace to society, and things of that nature. So then that could bring racial bias into the proceedings, that could taint and poison the jury, and you could get an unfair outcome as a result of rap lyrics being brought as evidence in the court of law. That's what they're trying to say. But I don't think that's appropriate. Again, I'll link to this. I won't read this entire thing right here, but I'm gonna just say this. If rap lyrics are used against you in the court of law, if someone gets locked up and rap lyrics were part of it, it was not just the rap lyrics that did it, okay? You got to have other evidence there. Maybe the rap lyrics were like a treasure map and the police were able to find evidence based on that. Maybe it makes sense in context, but that's not the only thing they're going to have against you. Let's go to Young Thug and Gunna in Florida, in Georgia. Now, there was rap lyrics used against them in the indictment. However, there was also, I don't know, jailhouse phone calls. Young Thug's on the phone talking about, hey, y'all ain't killed them dudes yet. He's on recordings saying this, talking to guys in jail. And you know, in jail, they're going to record everything. That's just what it is. You call somebody in the penitentiary, if they're not on their cell phone, which is a different story, if they're calling from a jailhouse phone, that's going to be recorded. All right. So when you say something like that, that is evidence right there. And then when you tie it into the rap lyrics. So for example, if you're on a jailhouse phone talking about, hey, I need you to go ahead and hit X, Y, and Z person. And then in the rap song, you say, we hit XYZ person. I mean, come on. Like, you can't just say, oh, that's just creative expression. Well, that actually happened in real life. And we have evidence of him talking about it on the Jailhouse Call and in the rap lyrics. And then when you go into the rap lyrics more, there's more crimes that are being confessed to. As the new DA down in Atlanta, Fulton County, I think her name was Fonnie Willis. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But she said, hey, if you don't want lyrics to be used against you in the court of law, then how about don't commit crime? How about don't commit crime and then confess to it? Or at least don't commit crime in this county. Go over in California where you're able to commit crime, confess to it on a rap song, and then not have to use it against you. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How you feel about Gavin Newsom signing into law this thing that would prevent lyrics, not just rap, from being used against people that talk about certain acts in their songs? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments. You guys should know where I'm at. I think it's just a way for him to pander for the 2024 presidential election. That's it, and that's all. There is no other reason, okay? Because again, it's not just rap, it's just lyrics in general. Artistic expression. Why call it rap? Why focus on that? It's because you're trying to target that group to make them think that you have their best interests at heart. Oh, thank you, Gavin Newsom, for not using rap lyrics against people that commit crime, violent, dangerous criminals. You know, he killed my cousin the other day. He shot my grandma the other day, but I could sleep well at night like a baby. Goo goo gaga newborn baby, knowing that you would not use every tool in the toolbox to get these guys locked up and put up under the penitentiary, making big rocks into little rocks. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.